were you going to say something beforehand? Okay, cool. Do you want me to just stand off the stage or just right in? Cool, right on. Do you think? You've got 2 minutes, Nora. You're cool. Plus, not everybody's here yet, so. I like that you can hear me from here. That's kind of wild. That's crazy. Oh, you missed it. I know the food here is great, right? Amazing. Of course.
Good evening once again, Jive's Coffee Lounge, and good evening to my folks watching live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Welcome to the Front Range Groove, a monthly 1-hour segment that we do of the Overpaired Open Mic. Now, for those of you who are new in here, I'm North Star, the MC of the event and the producer for the Front Range Groove. On the last Wednesday of every month, I take 1 hour out of the open mic, and I showcase either a musical act or 2 poetry acts, because my fellow poets, we usually can't stand to go for more than 30 minutes at a time. But I'll either do 2 poetry acts or musical act. I'll give them a total of 40 to 45 minutes. I follow up the stream with a brief Q&A because, well, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so I grew up watching Unplugged and Storytellers and Behind the Music, and I learned to love listening room type scenarios. One of my first live streams I ever did back home in North Carolina was a 2-hour set called Local Music Showcase, and I always had Q&As because I want people to get to know the artist. To me, that's very important. So for those of you that might be watching or sitting here in the house, you're about to see an all-original set. In this case, Sarah's going to be accompanied in the last half of her set by Mr. Jake Massey. Some of you may have seen the feature he did for us a few months ago. And then, like I said, we're going to do that little Q&A, and then I'll talk about a few things coming up to include a show going on just down the street from here that I will be a part of on Saturday evening, as Jake will be out there as well. And then we're going to get back to the regular open mic. Also, at the end of the broadcast, for those of you watching online, I will talk about our upcoming features, how I handle booking, what I look for, things of that nature. But the first thing you need to understand, covers are cool for regular open mic night. When it comes to the live stream, no covers, no covers, no covers. But I will talk more about that later. In the meantime, your featured artist for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. This young lady, both she and her sister, actually, were regulars when I first moved out here in 2019, I think it was, and started performing back when DJ was hosting the show. And then Tomcat took over, and then I stepped in after Tomcat, and I took over running the show. And about that time is when our feature had actually moved and gone to the East Coast, where I'm from, gone out to the East Coast. You know, life takes you in different directions. She came back to us not too long ago, and I consider that a double gift. One, because I'd missed her presence. All right? She is a fantastic singer-songwriter, fantastic cover artist, fantastic vocalist, and in my opinion, fantastic instrumentalist. But it was a double treat because when she came back and when she got back to those strings, when she got back to the music, back to her passion, I saw her come alive in a way that I had not seen before. And she has continued to grow and express herself. I've seen her go operatic. I've heard her talk about doing some more hard rock metal type stuff. I mean, just so many directions. it was just a matter of time before she got featured on a live stream just because of that, and because of the heart and soul and the effort she puts into it. So I'm grateful she's here doing this with us. Ladies and gentlemen watching online, and those of you here in the house, please put your hands together, drum some up, my gloves, as we welcome to the stage our feature, Sarah Garlick.
Thank you so much, North Star. North Star is an amazing, wonderful MC, and thank you to Jive's Coffee Lounge for having me and for creating this wonderful environment. Awesome. So I am going to, as North Star said, play all of my original songs. I don't have anything else for you guys. So this one is one that I wrote the most recently. I just kind of wanted to get it out the way. You didn't get to see where I came from, full of insecurities. I clawed my way up. All you see is my confidence and self-assurance. It wasn't always like this, so be so quick to judge, 'cause I used to cry. With me, confidence, to love and else you have, 'cause I used to cry. Any rules that I follow to hurt myself. How many times did I say, as I shadow, filling voids from before? 'Cause I myself. Thanks, guys. All right. This one is the first song I ever wrote. It is about pulling yourself out of depression. It's called My Heart on a Platter. I've made moments of myself again, and I need to take I forever, but I don't know where to start. Massey, your string broke. Rude. Okay, we have to change the guitars. Hold on one second. I'm gonna grab mine. Okay. You're doing great, sweetie. You go. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Chai tea blended.
That's a perfect opportunity. It's great to scream really loud.
Hot tea.
Let's get you comfortable, and then I'll sit you in.
Uh-oh, I gotta sit then. Whoa. I shouldn't have moved that, but that's fine.
Okay, now I'll just put the monitor back over it. I just want to make sure it's a good spot. Can you give me a couple strings?
Yeah. All right. Once again, I have come to the realization I don't know the meaning of this existence, but that doesn't mean that I question it itself. And if I can become the light that I need to guide me, maybe I can guide others as well. Passing day, still searching as far as you seem. If you're not gonna reach them, what's the point of having dreams? And once again I have come to the realization we should spend our lives gathering information, spreading it to the ones we love as well. And in order to become the light, I need to spread love and kindness, but most importantly, be genuinely myself. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be working in the past. They have hurt you, but I won't desert you. Let us grow alongside one another. Maybe we can change this stormy weather. Even now, just enjoying each other, I am feeling so much better. And once again I have come to the realization every moment's waiting to be taken. Even this only happens now. Once you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere you can go but up. I know it's hard, just don't let yourself get stuck. Thank you guys. Awesome. This next one is called Pushover. You're going to be able to tell that quite, it'll be evident. But that is what I'm not. been taken advantage of far too many times. Yeah, I tend to overextend, I'm just way too freaking nice. No matter what I do, it's not good enough. With nothing in return, you just take and take and take, and I can't take it anymore. Feeling like my needs, they are ignored. Can't even tell you my feelings without you exploding. So I am taking control. I have the power to say no. It's not who I am, it's not what I wanna be, but I've always been some kind of pushover. I don't wanna be, need to establish some healthy boundaries. I've always been some kind of pushover. Let people use me, use me, give them everything I don't wanna be. Spreading yourself out so thin, there's no time for you. It's time to put my foot down, it's easier to say than do. Keep compromising, it's not good enough. It's dehumanizing, it's easier to just get up and away from it all. Now you are not standing so tall, no longer feeble and small. I got up and on my feet from the crowd, didn't ask for this all along. I was just minding my own, mess with the wrong girl. Never again, up is where my guard will be. I don't wanna be your little pushover. Who are you to me? You need to show respect, this is my boundary. It's a shame in this world, little boys and little girls taught so young and so long. Reversing trauma takes so long. We can break the cycle, it starts with us. Changing our behaviors and patterns we must discuss. Distinguishing the features of me from what I got from you. Working toward the version of myself that is true. No, I am not your little pushover anymore. Through your facade I see you care about yourself, you don't care for me. I don't care what kind of power you have over me. You can't abuse me, you're gonna lose me. I have respect for me and who I wanna be. Oh, I'm hitting the microphone, that's what's happening. Okie dokie. Oh. Staring at these faded walls, fond memories soon to be forgotten. I've always been on the wrong side of communication. Fed into these things, let them happen. You don't know my body, you don't really know my mind. You don't know my inner workings, you don't know what lies behind. So don't tell me that I'm okay when I'm not okay. How am I supposed to say it when you don't acknowledge it? Makes me wanna run away. How am I supposed to say? Don't tell me that I'm okay when I'm not okay. Though it's not the same, all these situations I'm reminded I'm never going back again. Within myself it's something I have decided. No, you don't know my body, you don't really know my mind. Thank you guys. I love you so much. Oh my god. I haven't met my daily water intake. I'm in trouble. It's fine. It's my boyfriend's guitar, so I can hit it. It's fine. Okay. Okay, so this is the last one that I'm gonna play on my own. Next, I'm gonna have my friend Jake Massey come up. Not quite yet, Jake Massey. You've got a minute. One more. Awesome. It would have been if I let it out, right? I got here again. Let's knock down the rabbit hole. Maybe we can be friends. Show myself this time it would be different. Leave it lying on the shelf and so easy giving. It's my fault. How do I expect to gain respect when I don't demand it? I understand it. There are no more excuses. Can't stay in the cycle of abuses. I disrespect my wishes and will to come up in these conversations I should not have been had. We're taking serious, no boundaries. Myself and up hurting everyone else. Keep dealing out emotional wealth. Now living independently. Get lost in codependency, now thinking introspectively, stuck in the void of stagnancy, falling subserviency, becoming my own worst enemy. Because to break my tendency might be the freaking death of me. By that point, it was too late. The ship had sailed and sealed our fate. Try to pick up the pieces, trying not to build resentment. You say you want, but the others not say our persistence. Tiny shattered pieces like Griffith. I've done it before and it ain't it. Hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. Into the ocean of love. It don't matter if it's right or wrong. I'm desperate for validation. I'm desperate, whoa, I jump head first into the ocean of love. Don't matter if it's right or wrong. I'm desperate for validation. Desperate for validation. Thanks, guys. Jake Massey. Did you fix the string? You fixed it? Heck yeah, my dude. Thank you guys for having just me. Now, Jake Massey and I are in a band together, and we've created a few songs that we would like to show you this evening. They're a couple of bops. Let's get this out of the way.
You want to kill the mics for a second?
This is a vodka cranberry. No, it's water. It's water. I love you, Greg. Ooh, okay. Torn. Actually, you're right. You're smart, Greg. Takes 2 seconds, why wouldn't I? Check, 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 1, 2. Trying to ease the pain. It won't go away. Humming, that was the blender. So it was like, wah, wah. Nice. Okay, cool. I just want to say thank you guys again, like for everybody who came out to see us play this evening. You guys literally made my night, my entire week, my entire life. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting me, and for supporting Jive's Coffee Lounge, this wonderful venue. To my mom, I love you so much. And to Jake Massey, thanks for being a cool cat, cool person, and for playing music with me. North Star, do you want us to switch mics, or is this fine? Cool beans. Are we good to go? Right on, thank you. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Don't wanna hurt either of us. Just don't know how to choose. I'm trying to ease the pain. Won't go away. It seeps further every day. There's part of me that really loves you. I want the life that we had, the plans that we made. I want it so bad, but then there's the other one, and she does not feel the same. No, no, no. Want to exist as my own entity, to have my own priorities, rid of the codependency, yeah. Nobody else. that you didn't love her right. You're the first person in her sight to love, respect, and hold her tight. A love for life, not just the night. I'm hoping that with some space she might find some peace. I'm just scared she'll never leave. I know what I need to do. Don't wanna let go. Feel in denial. I'm losing control. So many reasons for me to feel the way that I do. When I'm torn in two. Is your mic on? Hey, North. Jake is gonna sing. Oh, just kidding. Never mind. You can split this way. Check, Jake.
Check. And you forgive me. You too, for every misdeed. From the vision that you chose, that I have foreseen. The circle comes round to just one of many things I've yet to prove. But if I'm a liar, say the truth, set it to fire, burning through it thick inside. Will be consumed, still I'm a liar. And so it's been with you and me, so little once between the heat, so little rest between the sheets, and yet I find the ties that bind us do not wish to set us free. But if I'm a liar, say it's a fire. Think it's
Hand it over. Pass it over, buddy.
Did you laugh to me?
What? Pity laugh for you. Just in case.
Do you want to do your 11 instead?
Oh, yeah, your 11's more of a bob.
Okay, let's do 11.
All right, we have 2 more, but we only have 5 minutes, so we're gonna play you 1 more, and this is the best one.
I don't need your love, baby. I just need myself. I don't get validation from somebody else. I'm so sick of constantly going round and round, constantly manipulating me make me feel this obligation. Take me into consideration. Now you want reconciliation. Better take your Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, time for questions.
All right. Let's give it up one more time, everybody, for Sarah Garlick, Jake Massey. For those of you that have just popped in, this is the Front Range Groove, our 1-hour feature segment of the open mic. We do this feature on the last Wednesday of every month, broadcasting live on Facebook via the Jives Coffee Lounge page, and on YouTube via my channel, Outlaw Poet Releasing. The links are shareable, and every month I get the question. Yes, the replay will be available. Jives, sometimes it takes a little while before you can find it on Facebook. It takes about 24, 48 hours, but the YouTube one for Outlaw Poet Releasing, it's up there. It's out there. By when I get home tonight, I'm already making edits to little things in there. So now I'm going to go through a few things. I said at the beginning of the night, I like people getting to know the artist. I've been doing shows like this for over 20 years, and there was nothing more rewarding, especially since it never fails that we have performers in the crowd or watching online who sometimes have not yet been able to get up on a stage, or they're just at the beginning and they hear work like this, and it helps to know where these artists came from. All right? So,
Absolutely.
Sarah, this is your first time up here being interviewed by me.
Yeah.
Jake got interviewed by me a couple months ago. I still have a couple questions for you, but we're going to hold that to the end. We've got about 16 minutes until we get back to the radio open mic till I cut the stream. So forgive me if I kind of seem a little abrupt on a few things. Just
No
trying to keep us on
worries,
schedule.
absolutely.
All right. First thing, I mentioned when I called you up, just how much more depth I have heard and seen to your music and your repertoire, and I actually bugged Jake about this during his feature too. How much depth I have seen. And it's not so much that I was surprised to see it coming from you, it was that I was surprised you let it out. I was surprised you embraced it. If you could please tell me a little bit about where that came from, that exploration.
So honestly, I didn't start songwriting until a couple of years ago, until I really hit, I told you guys that was my first song. It was me trying to pull myself out of depression, honestly. And so I just started with a story. I like to make stories out of my songs, and I really like to take them from real life experiences. And I didn't gain the confidence to do that because I wasn't very good on guitar. So I just started with 4 simple chords and worked my way from there. And really tried to, I think the thing is when you set your priorities, when you set your mind to where you want to be, nothing can stop you. And I didn't for a while. I didn't have my priorities where they should have been. I was distracted with many, many other things that maybe I shouldn't have been. It gave me a lot of life experiences, which is cool, but also I would be a lot farther than I would be a lot farther than I am now. But I like to think of it that I'm starting now, and I am really trying and putting my best foot forward, and that's the most important thing, not to beat yourself up and not to live in the past. You have to live right now and keep going, keep moving forward.
That's right, yeah. Now, I'm gonna piggyback off that a little bit, because you mentioned something that I know, particularly in my early 20s, I struggled with. Even now in my 40s, I still struggle with it. I look back, I look at the mistakes, I look at the things I've done. One thing that I've learned, though, that I've made my peace with, is how much those mess-ups informed and educated and helped build me further. Would you say you learned things that maybe helped you push in your music from those?
Absolutely. I definitely take a lot of my life experiences. So all the distractions, all the mess ups, everything that I've ever done in my life has brought me to this point. And if I didn't experience any of that, then I wouldn't be here today. I may be somewhere else. I may be, super famous or whatever. I may be anywhere. But okay, shush, Jake Massey, don't laugh at me like that. I may be somewhere else, but all of my collective experiences have brought me to where I am at today, and it is awesome that I have experiences to take my songwriting into. I've been recently, because all of my songs are super straightforward, super about, my life in explicit detail. That's why I call my first song My Heart on a Platter, because that's literally what I'm doing, is giving you my heart on a platter. And I lost my train of thought, North Star. Where was I going with this?
how your trials and tribulations helped build you up and influence you and even helped push your determination.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so now what I'm kind of trying to do is venture out and be a little bit more metaphorical and maybe sing about things that I don't necessarily haven't personally experienced. But definitely like that's my music. So like mine and Jake Massey's music is getting a little more hypothetical, a little more theoretical. But me personally, like this is me. And that's what I like to give to you guys.
Awesome. All right. So real quick, if you could please talk to me about how you got started with music.
Yeah, my mom's sitting there laughing right now because I've been involved with music my whole life. I've always wanted to be a singer, and I also want to let everybody out there know who is first starting. You're gonna suck. It's not gonna come easy to you, and if it comes easy to you, that's wonderful. I'm really happy for you, but the people who it doesn't come easy to, don't give up. Please don't give up, because I sucked. Everybody in my school, we had this thing called Fun Fridays, and I would get up there and sing every time, if not multiple times, and all my kids in my choir class were like, Sarah's going up again, come on. And so, but if you get used to it, for me it's performing in front of people. Once you get used to that, all these nerves go away. I was a little bit nauseous before I came in for the show, but then once everybody got here, I was super hyped. I'm just excited, and I just love being with beautiful people. And of course, I'm so ADHD that I lost the train of thought. But I've been involved with music for so long. I've always loved to sing, and so I really made that something that was a priority in my life. I always loved it, and it's what I wanted to do. And now I'm thankfully very good at it, which is awesome.
You are very good at it.
Thank you. I'm sorry not to be boastful.
No. You are very good at it. You are.
Confident, not cocky.
You know, my mentor, Mr. JennyRay, if you're watching back in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I remember right about the time I don't like to say blowing up, but right about the time I started getting people in North Carolina trying to get me to come out to their shows and help run this and put my name on that and this and that here.
Networking.
I got a bit of an ego.
Yeah.
And more than a bit. And I remember pulling Neil aside the day that I realized it and asking him, how does he balance this? And he's like, how many times have you heard someone say I'm arrogant? I said, well, actually, quite a bit. He's like, with accomplishment comes pride.
Absolutely.
The key is to discipline that pride.
Absolutely.
There will always be someone who thinks you're cocky. There will always be someone who thinks you're arrogant. That will always happen. That's not to say you don't listen when people say that, but take it with a grain of salt.
That's why I wrote that song, Confidence. That's why, because you didn't get to see where I came from. You didn't see that I used to cry myself to sleep at night. You didn't see all the reasons that I would pick myself apart. But now, finally, I'm standing here in front of you as like a fully formed human, and I'm continuing to evolve and grow every single day. But it's something that you find within yourself. And a lot of people either want to take that from you, want to use it, and use you, or they just want to make you feel bad about yourself because they feel bad about themselves, which is really unfortunate. But don't let anybody take that away from you. That's yours.
Yes, indeed. All right, so this next question, why don't you start off with an answer and then pass the mic to Jake. Jake, I want you to chime in on this one because this comes into your collaboration together.
Sure.
All right. So you've only recently started songwriting, relatively recently.
Yeah.
And then in the course of your, let's call it musical rebirth, you and Jake started collaborating together.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. What was it like for you, and are you able to identify any particular steps or measures that you had to take when it came to songwriting together? And then Jake, same question for you.
Okay, measures that we had to take, I would say setting boundaries. Setting boundaries in a general sense in life is like the most important thing, because if you let yourself get taken, then you're not doing anything, you're not doing any favors for yourself. But I think the most important thing is just it's been such a beautiful collaborative space, and honestly it's so much easier for me to collaborate with somebody because whenever I'm stumped, the other person may have some form of idea, some form of way where we could go, and that's why Your Love and that last one we did was our first song that we made together. Other than, wait, did we make another one? Yeah. Which one? Oh, we made an unfinished song, but Your Lovin' was the hit. And honestly, it's been really a wonderful experience. We let it flow very naturally. It wasn't
I don't know, the way that like the band forming together, it all kind of happened on accident, but it was a beautiful, beautiful accident.
Yeah. No, working with Sarah is really great. I think we have great chemistry. And then, like, so me and Sarah have been writing together for a minute. And then she told me that she was playing with Timon, which is that guy over there. And I was like, dude, I know Timon. Please let me play with you guys. And then she did. So, and then we have Lucas. But yeah, he's great. But yeah, it's awesome. Like, we have kind of different writing styles. Like she said, she writes about herself a lot, and I hate myself. So, but we're fine. We meet in the middle, and it's like we have the best interest, or we have a mutual goal, which is like to make the best song possible. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, Jake, actually, we'll start this one with you, man. Yeah, you're not completely out of it. So when it comes to actual songwriting, and you and we discussed this a little bit when it came to your solo stuff a few months ago. When it comes to actual songwriting, I always say that most commonly the musicians I've met over the years, it's either the music comes first and they rap lyrics around it, or somebody comes up with, even if it's just a chorus, a hook, and starts building lyrics, and then musicians come in. Now, those aren't the only two approaches, but those are the ones I've seen most common. Would you say that you guys have a particular approach, and could you just walk me through it a little bit?
Right now, like, as a band, our approach is Sarah and Timon are talking, and then I just try to play something interesting enough on guitar to make them pay attention, and then we... Yeah. All right, that's true. But no, we usually just do music first. We just kind of like try to come up with some riffs or some chord structures or whatever, and then blabble over it. Like try to come up with a vocal melody, and then like we probably both do the same thing where we just keep like a list of lyrics that we could plug in to something if we have it. And yeah, that's usually how. Okay, yeah. Well, I have a list, but yeah.
I don't have a list of lyrics, so I'm making this up as I go. I'm figuring it out. Well, because I don't have many songs. Jake has been writing songs for a really long time, right, Jake? Yeah, quite some time. So he's got like pages and pages and pages of song lyrics, and he's like, oh, I could take this one. And I'm like, I have like some notes in my notes app, but it really does not compare. So I'm kind of like trying to figure it out and kind of wing it as I go. But it's also nice being in that beautiful collaborative space because, like he said, we kind of start with that basic melody, and then I come up with some kind of vocals, and then I think over it, like, what could be a theme of this song? What could I write this song about? And then I kind of play with it, some trial and error.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of themes and influences, there's two more questions. Speaking of themes and influences, I've heard a lot of different influences from the two of you individually when y'all played up here. As a group, as a band, do you have any particular genre you're going for, any particular touchstones or influences, anything that guides you as a band?
We just kind of play whatever we want,
Okay.
for being honest.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily whatever we want. We're not going to be, like, super broad ends of the spectrum, but, like, I don't know, Jake.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Last question, and then you guys are off the hook. You guys were awesome tonight. And I know anyone in here that had not heard you play together, anybody that might be watching online that had not heard you play together would likely agree with me. If not, come see me after class. We're going to talk.
Thanks, North Star.
But no. What do you have coming up in the future? Can you tell me just, does the band have social media up yet? And if so, where can they find? And do you have any gigs? Do you have an album getting ready to release? Are you working on stuff? Talk to me about what's coming.
So we have how many songs? Like 8? I'd say we have 8 songs right now. We are still working on a band name. We don't have any social media. It's very, very early in the formative stages. We've only found like the songs. Mostly, it really started out, the way it started out was, I was like, Jake Massey, I need help writing songs for the Jives live stream. I need help. And so I was like, I've got my 5 songs, but that's not nearly enough time. What can we do? And so me and Jake Massey started working together. And then I found Timon, and we kind of started doing our own thing together. together. We started playing my music, and he put drums to my music, which I never knew I needed drums, that's for sure, buddy. And then Jake was like, hey, I know Timon, can I come jam with you guys? We jammed, we jammed for a month consistently, and I was like, guys, let's be a band. Let's do it. And so that's why we have like so many songs, but we don't even have a band name yet. We don't have all the stuff that we necessarily need for a band, but yeah, we've just been kind of jamming, feeling it out so far.
All right. What's that? Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, so the whole collaborative, that entire thing, I'm going to feature just a little bit with Jake Massey and alongside 13 other artists.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's something like that. For those of you who don't know, what she's talking about is Jake, Sarah, myself, we're among a group of artists that are going to be featuring this Saturday just down the road from here, I keep tongue twisting it. Yeah, Ultra Flat Black Gallery and Lounge at 8 p.m. on Saturday. It's going to be a slew of different musicians and poets down in there. Some haven't been here in a while, but they've been here before. It's run by Oso Boogie. The show's called Boogie and Friends. You're going to have Poet Rose Golden there, Search of X. You're going to have Jake, Sarah. You're going to have T. Hall. A lot of my regulars, y'all know T. Hall. Going to be a bunch of great artists out there, so if you get a chance, that's Saturday, 8 o'clock. Check that out. And ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our features one more time. Sarah Garlick, Jake Massey.
No, Star, can I say one more thing? Okay, just one more thing, you guys. I just want to say that it's extremely important, one, to, like I said earlier, set your priorities in the direction that you want them to be and actually follow through with it. It's really easy to say, I want to do this, and not actually do it. Do it. But also, to surround yourself with amazing, wonderful people who do the thing that you want to be doing, because it's somebody to look up to, it's somebody to collaborate with, it's just inspiration in a general sense. So thank you guys so much for having us.
All right, for those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube right now, we are about to cut the feed and go back to our regular open mic. We'll keep open mic going until 10 or until the list is complete, whichever happens first. In the meantime, I just want to talk to you guys about something real quick. Every month, after every stream, I have people messaging in, asking me about the live stream. How do you book? How do you book? How do you book? First thing, and I said it at the beginning of the feature, for those of you that were tuned in, watching, or had your ears on in here, first thing, no covers for the live stream. Covers are cool for regular open mic, but when it comes to the live feed, no covers, no covers, no covers. I want to showcase the singer-songwriter. I want to showcase the poet-writer. I'll showcase a comedian if their jokes are original and in keeping with the house rules, no profanity. I'll showcase a comedian on the live stream. I'll showcase a storyteller. Just understand, it's got to be all original. All right? That's number one. I need to see at least 4 or 5 performances on open mic night with your original material before we will even discuss dates. Okay? So understand, I want to see that. Now, if you have a big enough following, if I can go to your Bandcamp, your YouTube, your SoundCloud, whatever the case is, I see your local following, and I used to run a bunch of those things, so I know how to look for them. I see your local following. I see that you have strong turnouts. I might waive a few of those 5 shows I want to see. But otherwise, 4 or 5 performances, original material on a regular open mic. All the other house rules are in effect, so no profanity. Make sure your set is timed. Be ready, because you're going to get a Q&A. When I have a single artist up here, I tend to go a bit more in depth with some of the questions. So it's a little something to bear in mind there. And then after that, you can put your name in the hat. Usually I'll reach out to people, but I always welcome people putting their name in the hat. You can either approach me on an open mic night, or you can hit me up on social media at Poet Northstar, across everywhere except Twitter. I don't respond to Twitter. I don't get on Twitter unless I'm promoting my short films. That's it. I got issues with Twitter. But if you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, or Vero, for my folks who know what Vero is, you can reach out to me on there. I will get back to you. You can also email me, poetnorthstar@gmail.com. You can join the Overpaired Open Mic Facebook group or DM me at the Overpaired Open Mic on Instagram. And of course, you can hit up Jives Coffee Lounge social media accounts. It's jives.coffee.lounge on Instagram and TikTok, and it's Jives Coffee on Facebook. If you message it on Facebook and it's got to do with the open mic, the live stream, or booking, about 50-60% of the time, that'll be me you're talking to in there. Other times it'll be Randy or Dorad, but about 60% of the time, it'll be me you're talking to in there. All right, so a little something to bear in mind there. Now, to give you an idea of where we're at as far as how far we're booked and everything, I do like to let people know about the other features coming up here. And, of course, I accidentally closed that file. All right, let's see. All right, so we just had Sarah Garlick. For September 28th, we've got Tyler Griffith. October 26th, we've got a poetry twofer, Sam Blue and JennyRay. November 30th, Brendon Teegarden. December 28th, Niqqo da Vet. And then as we roll into 2023, January 25th, Shae Dale. February 22nd, Key Mills. March 29th, Oso Boogie. April 26th, Escaping Gray. And May 31st, that's going to be another poet twofer. I've got KP on the list, and I'm screening other poets right now to take the other half of that set right there. So just a little something that we have going on right there. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. In the meantime, it is time to cut the feed. So for those of you watching online right now, thank you very much for tuning in. If you came in at the tail end of the show, just give it a little bit. YouTube will be ready to replay probably in about 20-30 minutes. Facebook, sometimes it's ready right away. Sometimes it takes a couple hours, but just give it a minute. It will be back up there. I'll be checking it when I get home after the show tonight. In the meantime, don't forget, you can come down, catch the rest of the open mic if you're in Colorado Springs right now. Jive's Coffee Lounge, 16 Colburn Court in the old Colorado City neighborhood of Colorado Springs. We're here until 10 o'clock. Those of you in the house, just give me a few minutes. Everybody online, thank you.